Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session with of Soul Talks Live. Today, I have with me Mona Singh Jalbal. She is from Texas. Welcome, Mona. Welcome to our show. It's so nice to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you, Alka, and thank you, Soul Talks with Alka, to have me on board and giving me an opportunity to talk to you and with all your guests and all your viewers.
Thank you, Mona. We are so excited to have you because right now, all of us are about to, well, most of us are about to, take their hair and like take it out of their head because they don't really want to socially distance. We're like tired. But you have three sons and social distancing is your way of life. So tell me about your sons and tell me a little bit about your lifestyle.
So yeah, it's been a roller coaster and challenging.
I know.
So I have an older son. He is 17 now. He's going to be 18 soon, adult.
Time flies.
Yeah, he's born with epilepsy, and he developed autism with epilepsy, and he's also diagnosed with intellectual disability. He's a 10th grader now, and I have 9-year-old twins. They are also diagnosed with autism. One of the twin is still not verbal. They both are fourth graders. And the one who is not verbal is also diagnosed with intellectual disability. So
Wow.
it's quite challenge with from last 17 years since my older one is born to uh, cope up with raising them, parenting them, making them understand, and social distancing has been a part of our life. This is how we had been living since my older one is born. Earlier, I never stepped out from the house because people used to look at me why my 1-year-old kid is still in the stroller and he doesn't have eye contact because he was having multiple seizures in the day.
So people were judgmental?
Yes,
Is
they
that
were.
what you're trying to say?
They were. They would just look at me, but I would say right now people are more verbal in judgmental. At that time, it was because I'm talking 2003. At that time, they were just look at me, giving me, I could feel that they are asking me, how old is he and why he's still in the stroller because he started
Your
standing when he
friends from
was,
New Jersey are saying hello. Varsha says hello. Hi, Varsha.
hi, Varsha. So it was kind of challenging, and social distancing, as I said, has always been part of our family. Not having a lot of friends around, not having school friends or any school groups or any birthday invitations for my older one, and same goes with my twins. Nobody invites them, and it has been rough. So I think we are so used to being just ourselves and just our family.
Yeah. So how do you handle your little cocoon, right? So you're kind of in your own cocoon, in your own world. How do you handle that with first the three kids? How do they handle it inside? What strategies do you implement for them?
To be honest, Alka, with them, I think I learned strategy from them instead of I implement strategy
Wow.
on them. They are so contented with whatever they have. They absolutely do not have, I don't know, it's a blessing in a disguise or what. They do not demand. They don't understand what to, they don't ask for anything more. They are so happy and they're so contented with the whatever life we give them. We give them a small house, we give them a big house. It really doesn't matter to them. It really doesn't. That is something that I learned from them, that for them, all these things are definitely materialistic.
Yeah.
What they always need is, still my older one, he's 17. He would love to come and just hug me. And I hear from so many parents, teenagers, kids, they don't want to see their mom anywhere or their dad. But that's not true with my kids.
Aw.
They just come and they cuddle me. They want me to just be with them. More
You're
than
their
that,
world.
I know, and they just don't. So I there's no strategy. It's just They are the one who are teaching me live one day, because they don't remember what happened yesterday. They don't know, and
Yeah.
they have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. They don't know. They don't think that far. So they have actually taught me, mom and dad, live one day. So we
Yeah.
just live one day. We just start a day. We say good morning and then good night, and then it's every day. It's one new day when I'm gonna see either an improvement in something or a challenge in something. So it's always it's always a guessing day for me. I don't know what surprise they're gonna give me.
So the way we're living with coronavirus, you've lived all your life because that's how we're all living, right? We're all living one day at a time. We don't know what the next day will hold for us.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I said. I don't know what they're going to surprise with me tomorrow. I don't know. There's something that might improve in them, or something they might lost that they had yesterday. So I don't know. So we live one day. We get up, we spend our day, and I thank God at the end of the day that my day went well, and I don't have any complaints to that. So they are the one who are my teachers actually.
Wow. But you're a very outgoing person. You're not exactly somebody who was confined to your house, right? You
No,
were
I was a totally different person, and before my older one was born, I was a totally social. I loved talking to people, going out, and you would be surprised. Before my older one was born, I was so much involved into special need kids. I don't know why.
really,
Yes, I don't know why, but
wow, you were preparing
I
yourself.
have no idea why I was so inclined towards the special need kids. And when I had my son, even though I had spent so much time with special need kids, I was shocked. I couldn't accept it. I was in a denial for 4 to 5 years to accept that now I have a special need kid. Spending 2, 3 hours with special need was different than
Yeah.
having somebody 24 hours with you.
And it's like a why me syndrome, right? Like, why is it happening to
Exactly.
me?
Exactly. So many times I would have asked, why me? This was my first kid. Why me? But then having twins again with the autism,
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't matter. It was my first child or it's my second or my third child. A
Yeah.
challenge is a challenge. So sometimes, there are parents whose first kid is a normal, typical child, and then they have a second kid with a special needs. So the challenge starts anytime there is a special need kid in your family. It doesn't
So,
matter, it's your
so, but when
first.
going back to when Ariman was born, how did you handle it? Like, how did you deal with that 4 or 5 years of just realizing that, okay, this is my new reality. This is what my life is going to be like now.
It was hard. It was very hard. I
Yeah.
wasn't working. I was so depressed. I was like confined inside my house. As I said, quarantining. I had literally lived quarantining. No social gatherings. Nobody used to come to our house or we visited anybody except very, very close college friends were the only ones. But I never had the courage to go out and introduce myself to make new friend,
Mm.
my next door neighbor in the apartment complex or anywhere. I didn't had that courage. I
Wow.
couldn't explain the condition of my kid. I didn't wanted to tell why my kid is not able to sit yet, why my kid is 2 years old and he can't stand yet, or he can't say my name yet, because Ariman started talking when he was like 4.5 years old.
Wow.
I didn't had that courage. So
Yeah.
I was depressed. But then I felt that if I see my child, and if my child is going to see me like this being raised, how he's going to get that encouragement. So I had to take charge of myself first before bringing any change in my kid's life. So that
Wow.
was the turning point, and I had to bring myself the way I was.
Yeah.
And then I had more energy. Workout, music was my therapy at that time, I would say. I
Mm.
worked out a lot. I used to spend an hour in the gym.
Wow.
And then in the morning, when I was done with my workout, I felt more energetic. I was like, yes, I can give this kid 100%. But I had my expectations to only 1% as a back. I
Yeah.
never expected that I'm gonna give 100%. He's gonna give me 100% back. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm gonna give him 100%. Even if he give me 1% back, that's my
I'll
success.
take it. I'll take whatever I can get at that point.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that was my turning point, and I did it. So I brought him a long way with so many hurdles that I'm so proud of him. He's amazing. He's amazing kid.
He is an amazing kid. He just got an award for something, right? He's 17. I just got an award.
Yeah, he is actually the team manager for the football team in his high school.
Mhm.
So you won't believe it. He's a manager and he gives the encouragement speech before the game. And
Wow.
he's the kid who needed that encouragement. And
That's awesome. And now he's giving the encouragement. That's so awesome.
so they recognized him at the end of the season, and they all the players, they all signed the football that they had used the whole season, and they gave it to
Oh,
him as a token. And he was so proud, and he wasn't expecting it, so it was amazing for him.
oh, that's so awesome. That, I mean, that's all your fruits coming into fruition, right? It's like all my hard work is now coming to get an award.
Yes. So the thing is, like, when I see him standing at the podium and all the students and all the parents are clapping for him, I am not scared for him now. I know he can achieve. I don't have to baby like spoon feed him. I don't have to hold his hand. He is ready to let go, and he's ready for this world the way he is, with his own restriction or with his own inabilities. And he is totally proud of whatever he is. And that's what he's not ashamed. He's
That's
not ashamed being telling that I am a special need kid. He's not ashamed that I have autism. He's not ashamed that I have epilepsy. He's so confident. And that's what I wanted him to be. Don't be ashamed. And that's what I would tell every special need parent. Don't be ashamed. Because if you are ashamed, your kid is never going to be proud of themselves.
they watch you, right? You're their world. They're watching
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, I mean, we are their role models. They don't see beyond us. They see what my mom is doing, what my dad is doing. Now,
Yeah.
if I am depressed, I'm sad, that's what they're going to look at, and that's what they're going to become.
Yeah.
But I had to take that charge of my life first to give them that life.
Yeah.
So it's like the parents who are struggling to improve their kids' life, first step is they have to improve their life first. Bring change in your life. If you will bring that change, you will see that change in your kids' life by itself, because the kids can just see me. They can't see beyond me. They
Right.
don't know about all these big names, all scientists. They don't know anything about them. They just
Yeah.
see, okay, my mom is doing it, and mom, I want to do it too. I'm like, go ahead,
Yeah.
try it.
And for those who are watching us, if you have questions for Mona, please ask Mona questions. She's here. She is the most positive person you will meet. She is an RJ. She's an event planner. She's like the role model for me for a long time. She goes running at 5 a.m. in the morning. This woman is amazing. Like Varsha said, she is like the most positive and happy person that you will see. So you can get energy from her. Ask her questions. Mona, now that you have three kids in one room, like, well, which for you is a normal, how do you keep them busy? Because that's the frustration for any parent right now, right? That I have kids at home and I don't know what to do with them because they have so much energy. What are you doing with your kids?
I am finding, I'll be honest, Anka, I am thrilled that I'm spending less time on the road and more time at home with them.
Yeah.
I had always wanted my kids to be self dependent, So this is the time I'm utilizing for teaching them the independent living skills, especially RMN. So he is learning cooking right now, which is so much needed for him. And I'm teaching him how to make Indian masalas, Indian dals, and all that. He's like,
Nice.
this is hard. I said, that's fine, you will learn. See, you know how to make pasta, so you know how to make sandwich. So this is a great opportunity. He's
Yeah.
learning how to make my bed, how to iron my clothes, how to hang them, how to sort the clothes. I mean, this is the time he is learning so many independent skills, which we usually do not find time to teach them. So
Yeah,
this
this
is the
is your opportunity, right? I
yes,
mean, this,
exactly. And for my twins, one of them who is less verbal, who doesn't talk, this is the time I am utilizing to engage him a lot, spend more time with him, and I'm more patient because I know I'm not rushing for work. I'm not tired after 1 hour driving from work. So I'm more
mm,
relaxed. So
mm.
that 1 hour of driving that I used to take, I relax myself and then I spend time with my twins, which is amazing because I want to see, okay, how can I utilize my time, which I always crib for. I don't have time for my kids. Now is the time. And
Mm.
not only that, I have started like growing vegetables in the house. And my kids are so excited because we have a small lettuce growing up now. So
Oh,
they go and see and they measure it. It's high today. I said, yeah, it's gonna come. So they are getting excited to see how actually plants grow. So they are learning something firsthand.
that's
They they
awesome.
they put the seeds, they ate the apple. So I said, okay, let's wash the apple seeds. So we planted. So now they're like, it's not there. I said, it's not gonna
Oh,
come tomorrow. But this is the time I am utilizing for my kids to teach them that independent living skills, which they eventually would need. And I don't want to, you know, complain or say, I never got time. Yes, I have time now. And I have a lot of time in hand. And they do spend time on studies. I have given them online courses and I give them the target. You know what? You have to finish this. And they race with each other. So there are three boys. It's a world, for them, this whole house is a world. They don't even wait for their friends to call, or nobody's calling them for play dates because they never had it. So they don't
they don't
get
miss
it.
anything. Yeah,
They don't get it. So
yeah.
this is like so much fun. We had a camping night the other day because they always wanted to have so we had a backyard. Okay, let's have a camp night out. So we just had a camp night out. We made s'mores. So they were like excited. Yeah, we can do camping at our back. So they are getting first-hand experience in doing so many things, which
That's
we wouldn't
awesome.
have done it in a normal work schedule if we had working whole day, going out and coming back in after 9 hours.
Yeah. And what about the younger two boys? How are they with social distancing? I mean, they are also not used to the outside world, but how are
No,
they adjusting with the new normal?
they are. I would. They, as I said, Alka, they always amazes me. We used to go out for weekend dinners and all that, and I just told them, guys, we can't do this because of this reason, and they just picked up like that. They never asked me, when are we going to go for a restaurant. They don't ask. They're like, okay mom, let's try something new at home. So I'm giving them new foods at home. They are just playing with themselves and they are happy, and they do not have any complaints whatsoever why we are not stepping out, why we are not going. They are not used to, they don't look forward for malls, gifts, items, all these. As I said, they're totally away from a lot of materialistic things. It's us what we think. Oh, my
Yeah.
kid's shoes is getting old. They don't get it. They're like, my shoes is new. I don't need them. And sometimes I literally have to tell them, guys, you need new dress. I think I have a lot, mom. I said yes. I wish I was so much contented, just like them. I wish I was,
I'm listening to you, and I wish I was contented.
but I'm not. But it's like they are literally role models. So we are inside the house, and we are not going stepping out or anywhere from last 2 to 3 weeks now,
Yeah.
and we are not missing anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So are people in Texas also um, looking at social distancing? Are they following those rules? Or New Jersey, we had the parks closed. We had all the county parks have closed here. What about you guys in Texas?
Unfortunately, not. It's people are still going out, and we have like a lot of lakes here. So there are some man-made beaches. So people were hanging out there, and they are
Wow.
still going out for boating.
People don't
So
get it.
last week they had literally closed that beach. I don't know why people are not getting it, but there are still teenagers who are hanging out. They went for the spring break. They went away on the charter plane. So I don't know. They're not getting the social distancing part, but there are people who are not literally following. That this is the only way to
Yeah, this is the
save
only way to go.
yourself.
But
Yeah.
you're blessed, right? Your kids don't want to hang out. Your
No.
kids don't want to go out of the house. So they're
No.
content at home. So for them,
Yes.
this is fine.
Yes, they are like, okay. So they're like, okay, the main door is closed, and the moment there is any delivery, mom, don't touch anything. And they watch the COVID news in the night. I want to watch CNN, how many numbers. So they're curious about it. they're
Wow.
they're watching drama nowadays. So I'm like,
Oh, very
okay.
nice.
So
Very nice.
they are learning new things, and which is amazing, because we normally wouldn't have given them this opportunity to go and watch Ramayana. No, but now it's like we have so much time in hand. We want to explore them and learn whatever comes their way.
So would you say that even though COVID could be a negative, it is a negative thing, but it has become a blessing for you because it has given you time with your kids?
Yes, I would say yes. I
Yeah,
mean, yes, I'm feeling bad for all the people who are getting
obviously.
affected.
Obviously. Yeah.
But the positive, I would say, the silver lining. But I'm so used to finding a silver lining. I am so used to. From last 17 years, the only thing I find is the silver lining. So whatever happens, I'm like, okay, there has to be something good in this. It doesn't happen because of no reason. There has to be a reason behind it.
Yeah.
So I see this as a great time to teach your kids or even yourself something new that you always wanted to. You wanted to do that, but you never found time. And you always had this reason. I am tired because of driving. I am tired because of a lot of other things. No, you have a lot of time. It's a weekend for it's a weekend every day. Look, that's how I feel. I don't have to wash clothes on weekend. I can wash it any day. I don't have to wait for the weekend now that I used to do it. And my whole weekend was going in groceries, and I wasn't spending enough time with my kids. But now I feel I'm not going out for groceries. I'm saving that 2 hours that I was going out. I'm saving a lot of time in my hands. I'm teaching them something that they had never listen to also.
That's
So
right.
I think this is great that I am home and my kids are home and they're fighting, but
And as always, Mona finds a silver lining in everything. And if we can learn from Mona and we can learn from her kids, it's that one thing that no matter what life hands you, take something good out of it and smile about it and be thankful. And Mona, I couldn't be more thankful to you for coming on the show. Varsha knows you, I know you, and we have to say that you are the most positive, and happy person that I have ever seen, I have ever met. And to your boys, thank you. To you, thank you. For all of us, for teaching us a lesson. Thank you so much for joining us, Mona. You are a pleasure. You're an inspiration. And hats off.
thank you so much, Olga. It's
Thank you so much. Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you for having me. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us all the way from Texas. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.